Yeah, it was pretty cool having Ben and Tommy come back to the race house for a few days. Gave me some guys to ride with and a few things to do. So yeah, and then we obviously had the super camp, which was a lot of fun, doing it under the lights at the race house. So we got a whole bunch of riding in, which I think was pretty cool to keep us busy before this weekend. Yeah, it was cool.
Supercamp was fun. I think my butt still hurts a little bit. We rode a lot. Like 4 days of Supercamp non-stop, and we did some moto in the house in the little 150s for like 2 days. Then we went to IMI before we left to come here. We rode a lot of motorcycles, and I think that's good. I have so much fun just riding whatever, TTR 125, TTR 110, 230s, 250s. I was just glad I was in the race house and enjoy my time there. Now it's time to come here and race.
Yeah, after last round at Barber, we went back to Fort Collins, Colorado, and rode some Supercamp for 4 days with the guys. Rode some mini bikes also on the motocross track Danny's got built there, and went for a pedal, and it was good fun. Nice to hang out and between races instead of going home and working again. We have a pretty set goal from where we finished off when we were here last time, when it was just me and my dad riding. So we're going to aim for that goal for tomorrow, and see how it goes.
We are here to learn to try to go faster every time. And I mean, the team has been doing a great job, and I just have to make it happen in the race.
Miller's one of those tracks where a few years ago I watched it on TV, watch World Superbikes, and go, one day I really want to ride there, and here we are. So it's pretty cool to be here, and it just feels really good to be on the same grid as these guys. And like you said, Sean and DJ and myself, we're starting to work really, really well together, and I trust them, and every week we just keep making massive steps forward. Yeah, it was a good weekend for me. Even though we got off to a rough start, a few bike problems and a crash, I was a bit worried. But then, Sean and DJ, they put in a lot of hard work to get me back out there. And already by the second qualifying session, I started to feel really good. I knew we still had quite a lot we needed to work on.
Yeah, we showed up here Friday morning, and we got a pretty decent setup on the bike, and I was happy. I was 4th or 5th, I don't remember. Got a couple issues with gearing, nothing major, and having fun. I was really enjoying the track. Everything was going great. For Friday afternoon, first qualifying, we tried a couple of stuff on the bike, and somehow we got a really bad front shutter. We don't know why, we don't know how, and it held us a little bit, and we finished 6th in 5th, I think. Yeah, 5th in qualifying 1. It wasn't as bad. We have like a pretty good plan for Saturday morning.
So first session was going all right. We got about 12 laps in, and then there was a red flag. So everyone put new tires on, and we were right there with Tomas, pretty much identical lap time, and so I thought it'd be a good benchmark to kind of aim for him at the end of the session. And Tomas put a new tyre on, we didn't. I wanted to get race distance on the tyre, and we went faster again, but since Tomas had the new tyre and also a bunch of other guys, they made that next step, and I didn't. So I needed to make it count in the first qualifying. So we went out pretty good. We tried the hard tyre just to give it a go, and it was hot. It was a warm day, so it didn't work best for with the temperatures. And first couple of laps right away, the tyre was just like all over the place, just sliding. And coming out of corner 1, I had a moment, and then next lap I come around and see a disappointing lap time pretty much. And going to 3, nothing different. Just on we changed the engine braking a little bit, so it's less, and you know, rolled off the thing and just on decel, it just came around off the brake, and the back end came around. And all I remember was hanging onto the thing, legs up in the air, and then next thing was flying through the air and then waking up in the ambulance. After waking up in the ambulance, suit on and everything, felt like a bad dream. Woke up in the med center, and you know, all my suit was off, boots were off, and I was just like, what is going on?
Race 1, I got off to a horrible start, and I think going to turn 1, I must have been way back, like 13th or something. So it made it a bit harder for me. Had to fight through the pack, and you know, Dave Anthony had pulled a bit of a gap, and I managed to catch him, and I passed him, and then put my head down for a lap to see if I could try to get away from him, and he passed me going down the straight again. So you know, when that happened, I kind of realized that if I just sit behind him for the race and maybe try to get him on the last lap, but he's been around a long time and he's got a lot of experience, and you know, I just wasn't able to make it stick. But you know, I got P5 in race 1, and that was one of my best finishes of the season, so I was pumped.
I went out on the race and was feeling pretty good until turn 2. We got a bad shudder in the front first lap, and after that everything went kind of backwards for me. I couldn't keep up with David Anthony. It was like a long race for me. The bike was just running wide, but somehow I finished 6th, so it wasn't as bad. We're still fighting for the top 5 in the championship. Yeah, it's a weekend to forget. I was expecting a lot coming into this weekend in Miller, but didn't happen. Sunday morning warm-up, we tried completely different setup again. We went out, have the same shutter. So it was a rough weekend for us. Sunday race, completely new setup again. We tried so many stuff on the bike this weekend. I went out, I was like 4th or 5th for a while, and the bike was working a little bit better. Cameron and David Anthony went by me, and I was just trying to be with them. But I had to like be really smooth in the race. Every time I tried to be aggressive, the bike didn't like it at all. It was just shuddering, going wide, foot off the pegs. I don't want to remember this weekend for a while, but I'm pretty sure it was positive for us on the championship. I think we are 4th or 5th and still battling with them.
In race 2, same thing. You know, I didn't have a great start. Wasn't as bad as race 1, but you know, I fought a little bit harder in the first lap, and yeah, just put my head down and managed to get away from Dave Anthony and the rest of the guys behind me, and you know, I could see Bobby Fong, Heron and Gerloff. They weren't too far in front of me for the whole race, which was good, you know. It's the closest I've been to them all season, and bike was working really, really good, and I was just having so much fun in that second race. You know, I was riding hard, and to get fourth position was pretty cool. You know, we've struggled quite a lot the whole year, and it's nice to start seeing some results. You know, I think that we deserve, and especially Sean and DJ, you know, all their hard work and the whole crew.